Welcome to my news on point, your pulse on trending news. Stay connected by subscribing to our channel. Hello and welcome to my channel. If today is your first time of viewing this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload new videos you will get notified. To my wonderful returning subscribers, I say a very big thank you for the support. I love you. Today I just stumbled upon this video and I thought it wise to share it with you because you need to learn from it. Please, I want you to please be patient enough to watch it to the end because you are going to learn from this. Is in fact is informative, and I encourage you to listen to it, share it with your loved ones, and thank you once again.
UK-based African carers have been suspended from their position. Today's video is extremely important. If you know anyone who works in health and social care in the UK, please kindly share this video with them because they are going to learn a lesson. Before we proceed, let me quickly show you a video.
Cctv. She's the concerned health worker as she heads into the back garden. The camera's on motion sensitive and track her movement. As she walks around the corner, she sees Barbara lying motionless on the floor. Urgently, she calls 999. Ambulance crews soon arrive and start to assess Barbara's condition. Mike's partner has also been alerted and is at the scene. She calls him to let him know what he and his brothers have set up a special protocol on Barbara's request for this type of situation, called a do not resuscitate order. Cannot stop treatment until they find the DNR paperwork. With 3 medics working to help Barbara, the 4th offers to help look for the form. But what happens next is truly shocking. Entering the living room, the house CCTV shows the paramedic spot something on a desk. It's some money of Barbara's. He picks up a handful of notes. And then he pockets some. But suddenly he spots the camera. He immediately puts the money back, finding out some details about the CCTV. Continuously. Later, the paramedic cunningly attempts to cover his tracks by suggesting to Mike's partner that Mike shouldn't watch the CCTV back because it will be too upsetting for him.
Okay, you have seen that video. You can make up your mind. That gentleman appears he was caught on camera, but that is not today's message. Today's message is that we, in the last 48 hours, 2 African carers have been suspended from their position because of similar events. The first one is a carer. He moved to the UK about 3 years ago on a student visa. His wife and children, 2 children, later came to join him in the UK. The gentleman finished his master's. It was very, very hard for him to get sponsorship. His wife was working to support the family, working day and night. The guy eventually got sponsorship around somewhere in Wales. He was offered a job, and him and his family, they moved to Wales where they were living. Good afternoon, Francis is my name. Thank you for joining us on this channel. We share content about migration, and we also talk about the lived experiences about what immigrants go through daily basis so that lessons can be learned. This guy that we're talking about today, before he got the job, he went through like this. And I'm sure when we say like this, we means the guy went through hell before he got the sponsorship. He eventually got the sponsorship with the help of a friend who was working in the same care company. The work that this guy was doing was supporting an elderly client who lives in her own home. However, this guy and other carers were going into the home on a daily basis to support the elderly client. So he was doing what they call living in caring. So when he goes in, he will support the elder gentleman to make sure that the elder gentleman support them with basic needs, helping them to make tea, ensuring that their needs are met. He will stay there for a time, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. A lot of Africans, they do this job in the UK, America, and Canada. Very, very common job. The guy's family, they started noticing changes in this gentleman. The family noticed changes. They spoke with the care agency that brought this guy to say, look, we've noticed changes on this gentleman. He's not happy. Why is not happy? Why is he not happy? The family were so concerned. The agency asked this gentleman, why is it that the client that you're working with is not happy? The guy said he doesn't know. The guy said fine. But they noticed that when the other carers come to support this client, the client doesn't display that kind of behaviors that he displays when this guy is around. But they started suspecting, but they didn't have any evidence. Meanwhile, at work, everyone likes this guy because they said this guy is a Christian. He comes in, he's always telling them about what he does when he's not working in church, his activities, helping, volunteering. Everybody thinks that this guy is a saint. The guy would come, they noticed that the same time he comes in to work, he was working with this man, the man would change again. Meanwhile, this company that he works for, the company is the one that gave this guy his 2.5 years sponsorship visa. So his wife and 2 children, they are his dependents. His family, they are settled in the UK. They went through hell. Before, they went through hell, but now that the guy has a job, he's just planning to even buy his own home in Wales. His wife is so excited that the future looks bright because he's got 2.5 years. When he renews the 2.5 years work permit, he will get the remaining 2.5 years, and in 5 years, less than 5 years time, they will be able to apply for indefinite leave to remain in the UK, and they will settle. The guy was even saying that at work, this guy's wife was working tirelessly because the house prices in Wales is cheap. Their pastor advised them to try to buy a house in Wales. But what they didn't know was that this guy at work, in the picture that he portrays, just like the gentleman you saw in that video, at times some people work with vulnerable people, their heart is not there. So the family noticed that this man, whenever this guy is with this man, things were missing. The man wasn't happy. So they decided, without telling the agency, to install cameras in the home. I spoke with someone in Sweden recently who told me that most homes in Sweden where you have carers supporting vulnerable people, that it is common that they must have CCTV camera installed, and they will not tell the carers. So if you know anyone who is working in the care sector in the UK or in Canada, anywhere in the Western world, please tell them, show them this video, share this video with them, because the last thing you want is for you to go through all the stress. You have worked hard, you finally achieved your dream, you're working abroad, you got a job. The last thing you want to do is for you to be caught on camera doing things that you're not supposed to do. If your heart is not in the job, it is better for you to leave than for you to bring shame to your family and disgrace yourself. The family of this guy, this gentleman, they now install CCTV camera in the house without telling this guy. Normally, if the house is a public place, before you are recorded, you should be informed as a carer. But if it is a private home, they do not have to inform the client, the carer. So this family, they install CCTV camera in the house. This guy wasn't there. The family wanted to make sure that they have overwhelming evidence before they nail this guy. The guy came to work. This gentleman will be shouting, calling for help. The guy will be on his phone. He'll be talking. The family said what really upset them. One day, the man was covered in feces. He was calling for help, that this guy should come and help him. The guy was on his phone. They could hear the guy say, "Don't worry, leave him alone. Don't worry, leave him alone." He was abusing this man in this man's house. He would not respond to the man. He would spend more time on his phone. When he's responding to the man, they said the way the guy handled the man, he handles this man as if this man is not a human being. There is no compassion. There is no empathy. He said when he's dragging the man, he talks to the man anyhow. He did not know that he was being captured and they were recording this guy on his phone. The day that the man was trying to get out of bed, this guy did not come up. The man now fell. The man fell and he had injury on his head. After that incident, the family just came to the home the next day. The guy called the ambulance, but he did not tell the ambulance he did not even call the ambulance on time. He eventually called the ambulance after more than 2 hours. I don't know why this guy did not call the ambulance on time. The ambulance eventually arrived. Before the ambulance arrived, the family of the gentleman, they couldn't bear it because they live very far from where the guy is. They arrived almost around the same time with the ambulance. They were asking the guy what happened. The guy was making up story, not knowing that they have evidence of him doing what he was not supposed to be doing. So the family of the guy, they told the ambulance, they said, before you take this man away, we want to show you something. They took the ambulance aside. They showed the ambulance videos of this gentleman abusing this man. The evidence was so serious that they had to report this guy to the police for negligence, abusing vulnerable person. As I'm talking to you right now, the employer that gave this guy sponsorship, they have already cancelled the guy's sponsorship. Initially, they suspended him pending full investigation. The guy joined union, he informed the union, but he did not tell the union the full pictures of what happened. As I'm saying now, the guy is saying it is spiritual attack, that is not him, because the evidence was so overwhelming. When they first suspended him, they did not tell him that they had all the evidence that they've gathered. They just say you'll be suspended pending full investigation. The guy rushed, he called the union. The union rep approached the home for more information. And it's okay, we will have meeting with you. The guy can come. The guy came. In front of the union, they showed him video of this gentleman. The evidence was solid that the union had to call this guy aside. Say, dude, this is too much. We are here to support you, but this evidence is too much that there's no way we can excuse what you've done. So they have to advise him to resign. He resigned. The case did not end there because the man had a fall while he was under this man's watch, and there was evidence that this man was not responsive to this man, to the client. They had to pass on everything to the police. As I'm speaking to you right now, the company, in less than 2 weeks, they informed the Home Office that they do not wish to sponsor this man again. His visa has been revoked. His wife, he is the main applicant, which means that if his visa has been revoked, his wife will have to leave the country with their 2 children. Mind you, there is ongoing police investigation for criminal negligence. So you can see the video of the gentleman you saw, the paramedic. This is not just happening among Black African carers who recently have arrived in the UK. There are reports in the papers of people that work with vulnerable people, exploiting them, taking them for advantage, treating them as if they are not human beings. But forgetting that one day we all are going to grow old, and there will be times in our lives that we will have to depend on other people to help us to go by. So this gentleman that I'm speaking to you about today is returning back to Africa, and he may have to go to jail if he's found guilty. So if he's going to jail, his wife cannot be in the country while the main applicant is in jail. So if you know anyone that works in care in the UK, Canada, Australia, anywhere in the Western world, I am telling you, families of vulnerable people, they have come to realize that some of the people that work in the care sector, their heart is not there. When I worked in the care sector many years ago, and one thing I really enjoy, I always like to ask old people, tell them to advise me. I want to learn from them. I enjoy their company. I always treat them like one day this could be me, this could be my grandparents, this could be my father. If you do not have that kind of heart, please do not go into the care sector, because it will only take time before you found out. So you can support this channel by giving this video a like, sharing this video with anyone that you know that works in health and social care, especially in the Western world. As I said before, 2 people that I know have been suspended. One of them, his visa has been revoked. He's facing a criminal investigation, and the other one, he has been suspended from work. If they had watched a video like this, they would not have done what they have done. So it is up to me and you to make sure that we continue to educate people to stop bad practice in care. So you can support us by sharing this video with anyone that you know will benefit. Give this video a like, leave your comment. Do you think this man, spiritual attack is a problem, or he got caught, he doesn't need to work in care? Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to share this video.